Hey guys, this video we're going to take a look at this Turbo whole house humidifier. They were nice enough to send me this for free so I can make this video showing it to you. Now this covers up to 2,000 square feet and holds up to 5.3 gallons of water. We're going to go through all the features and then get it all set up and run it a bit so you can see it in action. But it has a lot of really cool features that maybe if you've had an old humidifier or a less impressive one you may not have seen before. So we do get the whole user manual, which you might need with all the features we got here. And then we have 3 different nozzle options that go on the top of this guy, which we'll get to in 1 second. It also does come with a remote control. When you get that, just make sure to pull this little guy out so that the battery's making a connection. But first, let's look at the guy itself, the humidifier itself, and then we'll go through all the techie stuff with it. To start, as we work our way down this guy, this is the base nozzle that's included. Kind of looks like a little smiley face. It just pops off like so, and you can use that guy. Or if you prefer, you can use this extension, which will slide on just like so, and this little spout that you can direct wherever direction that you want. Now we also have an additional little extension, so we can double stack our extensions if we want. And then we have this little tree looking guy that gives us a 4-way, which I'm sure is easier to do when you have 2 hands. And then we have 4 of these guys, and they even have little rubber plugs on it. So I'm guessing if you only wanted like 2 directions or 3 directions, you could leave the plug in and then take the plug out wherever you want it to go. Then we just slap that guy on there. So like that, it's kind of got a little tree look to it. Getting below the nozzle, here we just have our little lid. We can pop this right off. And we get our first layer into the basin. Now we can fill this by just pouring water into here. And you want to make sure that you don't go above the fill line. So if you're filling it that way, just watch your water level here. Don't go above that, because if you do, there are holes here and it's going to leak out these holes. So stay below your fill line. Now if we pull this guy off, you can see there's your UVC light, your LED light. That'll help kill bacteria that may build up in here, so it's not spraying a bunch of dirty water up in the air, but also reduce possible mold growth from, warm, humid area. And then we can take this whole piece out here to get to the basin where all the water is. You can see there's a water filter swinging around at the bottom. And then the recommended way to add water is to remove those pieces you just saw me remove and fill it directly into this basin here. Again, up to the max line. But you can do it either way. Let's get some water in this thing so we can start playing around. Got the water all in the Turbo humidifier, and I didn't fill it up all the way so you could see the water line and what it looks like as you are using the device. Let's get it all put back together and test it out. Another couple things to point out about the filling process is it does have casters, so you can easily wheel it wherever you need to go, but it's another reason you may not want to fill it all the way to the max, because we do have these holes back here, and if you're rolling it to the back and forth, it may slosh out those holes. So you may not want to fill it all the way up unless you're bringing the water to the turbo, and then that doesn't matter then. All right, let's put it all back together. And look at that thing go. It's just pumping it out. Before we get too far into it, this also is a Wi-Fi device. You can connect it to your Wi-Fi and then get their app and control everything from the app, which is great. You can even control it when you're away from home or something if you wanted to turn it off. Or maybe you're on your way home and you want to adjust the humidity, make sure it's nice and comfortable in the house when you get there. Whatever you want to do, you can do it from your phone or the remote. Or this is a touch screen if you want to do it directly from the screen. You have lots of options, but we'll go through some of them. Obviously the on-off button, the mist mode. There's 3 modes you can see right there, 1, 2, and 3. We can adjust the humidity. 45 is the lowest. It goes up to 90. Every time you hit the humidity, it'll go up 5. So set it to whatever you want, and this thing will automatically turn off when you get to that level. So you can see we're at 45 there. We have the UV light, which we can turn on and off. There's a little indicator light right there. You can kind of see it's glowing behind there. I'll turn off the lights here in 1 second so you can see this other feature. We have the auto mode, so that'll automatically control the mist level, and of course it's going to turn off when we get to our humidity level. We're at 39 humidity right now. We have a sleep timer if we want to turn off anywhere from 1 to 12 hours. It goes up in increments of 1 hour, just hitting that timer button. We have our water level light, which we can turn on and off, kind of like that, to be able to see it better, and kind of gives it a cool glow at night, I guess. Almost works like a night light. And then we have this other light which goes in different colors, and you can see it through the side panels here. Let me turn off the other light so you can kind of see what it looks like in the dark. You can see in this mode it's kind of transitioning between the different color options, or we can manually change what color we want, or we can just turn it off. Well, I guess that's not off. That's the UV light probably that we're seeing behind there. And then the last function on the remote is the sleep mode, which turns off all the lights so that you don't see anything. A couple of things about humidifiers in general. One thing I really like about this already is it's super quiet. You can barely hear that running. The last humidifier that I had was so loud. It was in a different room, but I would have to turn up my TV when it came on. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, why is it so loud? And you have to turn the TV back down because the thing would just, it was so noisy. So I like that this is nice and quiet and it's not a nuisance like that. And I always run a humidifier in the winter. Keep your hands and your skin from getting all dried out, your lips chapped, just makes things comfortable. Plus, a higher humidity in the winter will make it feel warmer, so you actually save money. You can leave your electricity or your furnace or whatever turned down just a little bit because the humidity will make it feel warmer. And a real quick look at the little 4-pronger one. You can't really see. There it is. There you can see that one. So you have a couple of different options depending on where you're putting it. One other thing is if you start getting condensation around the house, you're going to want to turn it down. You have it too high, and that may change with the outdoor temperature. Also, you generally want to stay away from a wall. Like, you don't want this going directly on a wall. It'll get moisture on your wall. So you could plug off ones that are near the wall, or use that other guy. It's more directional and just aim it away from the wall. But overall, very happy. Quiet, lots of features, looks nice. Really couldn't ask for more out of a humidifier. So thanks to Turbo for sending this over. And thank you for watching.